Today we are unpacking a BateLithium 100 amp hour battery pack. This came from Amazon. Delivery was pretty nice, it was quick. However, it seems that these battery packs are no longer available, at least not in 100 amp hour variety. There are a few others, smaller ones. Matter of fact, I like this one because this is almost milspec. And when I say milspec, I mean it looks like one of those old radios from back in World War II. Comes in very nice packaging, as you can see. There's a branding, BateLithium, LiPo4 or LifePo4, 12.8 volts, 100 amp hours, or 1280 watt hours. Comes with two handles. The box is about, I'd say about 44 pounds, more or less. Pretty close. That's what I used to be able to curl, 35. So pretty sure that's about the weight. As you can see, it comes with caps on the terminals. It comes with a USB covered interface. It's OC 3.0. So that's pretty nice. Then we have a 12 volt lighter interface with the marine cap, as you can see, and also a charging interface. Now this was kind of new. It comes with a 3-prong aviation plug, and this is a plug. I don't like the fact that I have to actually plug the thing because I could mess it up. But there we go. That's a plug. Kind of similar to the one that comes with fans on your blow-up ornaments for Christmas. Only those come with two prongs, not just one. And then there's the power button. One thing I don't like about the power button is this plastic thing, although it should keep it like weatherproof. I can see that there's play in the actual housing, so this thing over here is definitely not going to keep water out at all, no matter how good the ceiling is over here. And one more thing that I don't like about it is that it makes it turning it on or off a little bit hard. Sometimes I'll actually try to turn it off and the thing will pop back up because pressing on the actual place where it needs to stay is a bit harder because of the plastic. But otherwise, yeah, it's a nice idea. I might end up sealing it a little bit and making it a little bit more waterproof. In the case, it also comes with this little display. The display is not awesome. It's set up for gel batteries. It's not, or actually lead acid batteries. It's not set for lithium batteries at all, because it doesn't actually calculate the correct amount of cells to voltage radio correctly, and it will show like a huge amount of actual capacity, whereas it's not there. I mean, the battery will be nearly drained off and it will still be showing full. So it's kind of crazy. Otherwise, one thing I also don't like about it is the fact that it comes with only one button. So you gotta go with sequences in order to set it up if you want to. Right now it's showing that we got about 72% battery, probably lower than that. And it's also showing me the temperature, and I can switch. There we go, 13.2 volts. And again, 72%. I don't know if that's visible. Hopefully it is. The display is not great. As I was saying, it's really cheap. But something better than nothing. This battery was advertised as being able to deal with sub-zero temperatures. That is actually inaccurate, and that's something that I worked with the manufacturer so that they will fix. The battery is not protected for low temperature charging. They were claiming like the battery can be charged or protected from charging at I think it was negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. The battery would be destroyed way warmer than that, probably like 5 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. So yeah, well, actually not even 5 degrees Fahrenheit. My bad. They were claiming that the battery would be protected from being charged at 5 degrees Fahrenheit. However, the battery would be destroyed if you charged it at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, definitely not useful at all to protect the battery for those parameters. And they were claiming that it was because of the BMS that it has. So the BMS, which we will see in a few minutes, is in there, but it doesn't protect the whole battery against everything. Right, so I'm going to turn it off. Because the thing is, because it's getting cold outside, really cold, what I'm doing is I'm installing this heater pad, which is supposedly designed for RV tanks so they don't freeze up. Which, now that I recall, oops, I did not actually winterize my RV, so that thing might be frozen. Well, not much I can do about it right now. In any case, this thing is supposed to turn on and off by itself. It has a little IC with a temperature monitor, and at 45 degrees Fahrenheit it will turn on. It doesn't heat that much, but I put some tape on it. This is the kind of tape you use for isolating or basically covering up, dryer out the outspouts, or whatever it's called, the blower for the dryer. So it's supposed to be very heat resistant. And I'm gonna put this in there, right? And I'm gonna connect it to the terminals inside. So whenever it's like 45 degrees inside the battery, this will kick off, and it will protect the battery in case the solar panels come up when I start charging this baby. Now we gotta start unscrewing the cap. It has all a huge number of screws. It's 1, 2, 3 on each side for a total of 12 screws that we need to remove, and it's also glued all around the cap or the top. So I'm gonna have to remove that glue as well, or basically get in there and start scraping it out until I can actually get the cap off, which the manufacturer said was fine. Let's see how that works. So I'm gonna pause this a little bit while I unscrew the thing. I get my screwdriver and start unscrewing the thing. So I'm gonna go manual on this because I really tight, and then I'll start using the otherwise screwdriver. These are really tight. And did not use like we can go on screws like black wire thingies or different stuff. They have to put them. Which means that this is not 100% wide side. And just because of the restriction, it's actually defeated. It will be defeated because of the thing there. Okay. This should be easier. Get it? There's no way it's just glue it there. So now I have to go with the scraper and get it in there and start cleaning that off in order to remove the top. So this is hot part. I'm going to have to get in there with this stuff. Let's go on the tools somewhere where I can find it later. But I definitely want to use it. And now we can start getting in. I'm going to start from the back. So sorry if I'm married a little bit. Yeah, listen. Right a little bit. I don't want to hit too much because lithium batteries are not very friendly to being jarred around. Should I use this? Yeah, I might use something a little bit more, I guess, thinner. Yeah, this is not going to work. It'll take a little bit of time. It's definitely not coming up. So I'm going to have to start using a screwdriver. It's not precisely safe. I'm able to get there a little bit. But this, I'm going to start with the mallet and then with the mallet getting in there. There. And there we go. So as we can see, they glued it. Not completely, right? But they did glue it a little bit. Around the edges so that it wouldn't be that easy to be opened by the purchaser, or it's not user serviceable, not very easy. But they say, yeah, okay, if you can go ahead and open it, go ahead and put some protection on it, which is exactly what I'm going to fit this in there so that the battery stays warm and cozy. And the way they actually protected this thing is they kind of jammed in these foam pieces, these thick foam pieces on each side. Hopefully you can see it, right? It's kind of funny because it's kind of crazy jammed in. And you can pull them out. So this is what they're using as protection, so that I guess it's not even any impacts will be a little bit absorbed and the battery will not fall apart. Let's see if I can remove them. So there's some of them. I don't think it matters. I put it back the way they were now. There's another one there. The battery's not going to be loose. I'm somewhat scared. I don't want to break the thing by pulling and messing it up, so I'm not going to pull the whole battery. As you can see, it's very tightly wrapped. There's no way I'm going to be able to unwrap this and show you the cells without breaking the whole thing. So it's going to stay the way it is. I'm not even going to go under it, just so I don't pull the cords or the wires from where they are, because I'm also concerned about the soldering coming off. So that's the way it's gonna stay. So I'm not gonna be able to get it, and the BMS is completely sorted. We have it, and by the way, one thing I missed. This is what I think is the thermometer lead. Can we see that? Let's put it in the side so that we can see the thermometer lead in the BMS. There it is. There we go. Alright, so that's the lead for the thermometer. So we could test that. And of course, there's the standoffs again. Not very complicated. Unfortunately, I don't want to remove this from the heatsink. I'm not sure the heatsink's doing a whole lot of a good job with this thing in there, but there's no fan, so I don't know. I don't know what the whole purpose is. But yeah, it's a little battery pack. but it's so well wrapped that there's no way I'm gonna be able to get in there. And now we gotta make sure that the standoffs are straight so that I can place our heat pad. That will fit. It should fit. Let's see where I'm fit. Oh, there's another standoff here. There's a foam. Hello. I'm gonna pick up them a little bit probably and put them back. And standoffs all the front got all messed up. Oh, I was pulling the wrong end. There we go. So I should be able to place this in here. It's definitely not going to cover the whole battery. But I don't need it to, because as long as the battery is sealed, or partially sealed, it should stay within it. And you won't need me, or you won't need to be like completely wrapping the whole battery. Now, how do I get this thing back in there without breaking the whole setup? Yeah, not too bad. I do definitely want the pad to be in contact with as much of the packet as possible. It's not supposed to melt anything, and the melting of the foil is supposed to keep it a little safe. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave some of this over here, some of the foam, and that will help it feel a little bit better. That's hard. It's really younger. Okay, so we are going to use this one. I'm going to put it sideways. There. I should be able to get in there and keep the body back some love. I'm just getting some trouble. And I'll be doing the same thing on this side, the far side, and on this other side. And then I'll be soldering the leads. I'm hoping the white one is negative and the red one is positive. Honestly, I don't recall. Well, we'll see. Once I get that done, I should be able to seal back the package, and it will not need to be BMS protected against cold, as long as this thing works. So it will last me at least one winter. I guess I would have to make a video 1 year or 2 years from now and see how that worked, keeping in mind that it's gotta last for the life of the battery. This thing's supposed to last 10 years, so I'm wondering if the package, I'm trusting this thing to keep it warm. So I'm gonna have to monitor the thing, because it's Chinese crap, and I don't trust it very much. Alright, so let's pause it a little bit here while I'll do some soldering, and I jam these in a little bit in there so that they're safely placed and whatnot, and we'll come back. Okay, we got the heating strip installed in our little 100 amp hour battery from BateLithium. And now, before I actually put the cover on it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try something really interesting. I've been receiving some comments about the size of the battery related to being able to run a compressor, a really high draw compressor. And I'm gonna prove, I hope, that a small battery can actually run the compressor. The problem might be not so much in the battery itself, if it's large enough, of course, but on the plugs and the output capability on the inverter. Because that little 2000 watt inverter that I was testing from Harbor Freight probably had a so let's plug this bad boy with our huge wires over here. And I'm missing my clears. Oops. And I forgot to put the right washer down there, but it's okay. Of course, this is turned off right now. Yep, it's off. And let's plug this over terminal with the negative side. Okay. turn the battery on. Battery is on. Let's move our camera just a little bit so that we can see the displays on everything. I can't find a real stable place. There we go. There, that should be stable enough. So according to the display, on the it means 100%. Not sure if that's stable. Let's try and see if we can. Yeah, awesome. Not working. I'm trying to zoom in. Where is that zooming correctly? There you go. I could do this. But in any case, we can see that it's reading 17 degrees Celsius and 100%. Charge at 13.3 volts. So that's not really 100%, but it's close enough. Like I said, it's not super accurate. So let's turn on power. I got my polarity correct. Power is on. There we go. We're seeing 13.4. Will you let me zoom in? Okay, there we go. So we're zooming in. It's not really visible. Is there anything I can do? Yeah, there we go. That helps. 13.4 volts. Funny lighting. And what we're going to do now is we are going to turn on the compressor and see if the small BateLithium battery is able to run our compressor. Will it run or will it not run?
Oh, jeez!
Let's find out. Right, so I had a little bit of a beep there, but the compressor is running against the battery over here. The battery immediately took a hit and it went down about a volt, a full volt. Maybe 1.2 volts. It's drawing 1140/60 now, as the compressor needs to put a little bit of more power into compressing that air, and I'm being redundant. And it's quickly draining the battery. Gotten there. In there, the wattage is increasing to 1240 now. Look at that. 1260. And the compressor battery is going strong. And we're up to 1340 now. Oh, that's a nice button. Awesome. The wires are warm on the battery. The wire inside of the battery, it has two wires over here. They're not very short, and they are kind of warm. I can still touch them. So I would say they're, I don't know, about 40 degrees Celsius, which would be like 100 Fahrenheit, 105 or something like that. Not too hot. The heat sink's okay. Negative wires are warm as well. Yeah, this is warm. I can barely touch this right now. And of course, Temperature over here is gonna be more or less the same. Actually, it's colder. It's a little bit warmer. But we are a little bit beyond half. And as we can see, if we can see it, there we go. 40, 40. And the compressor is past 90 at about 100 psi. As you can see over here, the limit we have on the floor is 1500. So we're close to reaching that. Battery voltage is down a lot. 11.4. No smoke coming anywhere. The battery is going strong. With a little bit less voltage. Funny, I'm reading 11.9 on the battery itself. It's reading 11.9. 8 now. About 11.4 at the inverter. Maybe I can make it easier over here. Yeah, we can see 11.8 there. And the temperature, actually no, I don't know if it's the temperature according to the BMS is 27.6. But that's because it's measuring the ambient temperature with the actual wire temperature. It means that those wires are really warm. Now the compressor is nearly done. We have 150, approaching 130, 35. There we go. 1480 watts. Still going at 11.3 volts. You see it when the battery is fully charged, or nearly fully charged. 1 full volt, 2 volts above this, at 13.3. We're nearly at 150 psi, and there we go. The battery immediately went up to 12.9. And as we can see over here on the display, we got, if I can zoom in a little bit there, it's saying 23 degrees Celsius, so it went down a little bit. And the battery is claiming it's at 92%, which is not actually, well, kinda went up a little bit. So it's reading 13 volts over here. A little hard to see. And 13.1 here. All right, so that proves that we can definitely run a compressor on a 100 amp hour battery. Leave me some comments, and if I get more than 100 comments or 100 likes, I will then be running this same setup with the little battery that you saw on the previous video, and we'll try and prove my hypothesis about the whole problem being the max output on the outlet. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.